Welcome back, Summoners, to another electrifying season of Alliance War. This season brings a whole new challenge, fresh nodes to learn, defenders hitting harder than ever, and bigger health pools to grind through. Every fight will be a test of skill, strategy, and execution, so stay tuned, smash that like button, and subscribe for more MCOC action. It's game time. Let's go. Welcome, champions, to War number 7 of Season 56. This time, I'm bringing in a brand new team for me in War. Scorpion, Wolverine, Weapon X, and Negasonic. Definitely a unique combo for me, but I'm excited to see how they handle some of the matchups. I've got 7 fights lined up, starting once again on Path 4. So let's jump in and see how the squad performs. But before we do, if you enjoy War content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more War action. Now, let's get into it. Alright, and the first fight up here is going to be Wolverine Weapon X against Gladiator. Definitely a fight that I've never taken before. And really, the main part of this fight is just trying to keep 3 debuffs off me. So what that means is I'm going to bait special ones. Yes, I can't counter him, so he's going to go unblockable, unstoppable after the special one. So I'm just going to have to avoid him for a little bit. Using Weapon X, if I am kind of in his berserk mode and I do get hit, it's not going to be the end of the world. I should heal most of it back up. But the plan here is to play it safe. There you can see now he's unblockable, unstoppable. We're just going to, dance around for a little bit, and then we can come back in and we can do another little combo. And then here we're going to do a little heavy attack. Probably should have thrown a special one there, but I knew if I was baiting a special one, it wasn't any point in going berserk at that point in time. Here we will, though. So now we're kind of in our berserk mode. Now we can do some good damage, and you can see those bleeds are going to town. And once you go berserk with him, usually the fight's over pretty quick. And with that first fight down, we are jumping ahead to this Patriot fight. Once again, I'm going to be using Wolverine Weapon X. Could use Negasonic here, but like I said, this is more a war about, hey, how does Weapon X do for me? So here we go, nice little 5-hit combo. We got a few bleeds on there. It's going fairly well. We're only, a couple seconds in. He's down, 30% of his health. Here we're going to bait a special one, maybe. There we go. And I was a little late there on the counter. That's all right. You'll see here in a minute. It's not that big of a deal. Here we're going to throw a little heavy attack. Trying to bait out a special one. He doesn't want to throw it, so we're going to throw our special. We are now unblockable, unstoppable. Hey, guess what? We get hit there, and you know what? It's probably the best thing for us, because look at that healing go. There's nothing like a champ in War where you completely screw up a fight and finish at 96% health. And the next fight up here is going to be in Section 2, and it's going to be Scorpion versus Werewolf by Night. Now, you'll see here, I thought for a long time, whether I was going to go shock or poison. I decided on poison. Hindsight, probably should have gone shock, but we left the poisons on there. And the main reason for using Scorpion here is that Scorpion's going to be rupture immune, so I'm not going to have to worry about that from Werewolf by Night here. And here, see, you can see the poisons just really shrugging off much quicker than I thought they were going to. So I start off, you'll see I'm throwing special ones, kind of like I would typically do with Scorpion. And, they're just not doing much because you're not getting the kind of the power sting effect from having a lot of poison stacked up. So here after this special one, you'll see I kind of change my thought process here just a little bit. The fight's going fine, it's just going slow. And, without the poisons doing anything, it's just not a good typical Scorpion fight. Oh, I guess I threw one more special one before I changed my mind here. Alright, so we're, under a minute in, and there we go. We get clipped there a little bit. A little unfortunate, but, with kind of the change in my thought process is going to kind of alleviate or eliminate that little bit of damage I took. So here you go. We're going to drop our first special 2. And now, the good thing about this is you'll start seeing my health bar. It will start ticking the other way. I decided, special 2s were definitely the way. I could take the chip damage like that right there. And, well, just kind of heal it back up. Nothing like, going into a fight, kind of like the last one with Weapon X versus Patriot, kind of screwing up a little bit, getting clipped, and, well, still finishing the fight okay. The special 2 from Scorpion, once you have that Petrify on, you're getting some of the healing that you're preventing. So, here we're still trying to fight Scorpion style, medium, light, medium. It's just, it's just a slow fight. It's a safe fight. It's a slow fight. Next time around, I would probably do it differently. But, at the end of the day, speed hasn't really been an issue for us as far as an alliance goes. It is more keeping the deaths down, and that's what I'm doing here. If I was in, doing tier 1 wars at the, top 10 level, speed would be an issue. Here, finishing full yellow bar, full attack bonus is something that I'm concerned about, and all that really matters to me, to be honest. So there we go. Slow fight, but effective. All right, and jumping ahead here, we've got this leader fight. I'm going to be using Weapon X again, because one of the cool things about Weapon X is that he is immune to Petrify. So that was the reason for using him on the Gladiator fight at the beginning, and of course when you fight the leader, he's going to place Petrify. So I'm trying to keep the debuffs off me. Here you can see kind of going a little slow at the beginning, just trying to feel the fight out, taking a little bit of chip damage. It's unfortunate on this node that it does have heal block, so I do have to be a little bit careful. And here you can see we're just using mediums to prevent the protection. Not fighting this a typical Wolverine Weapon X fight. Really fighting it a little bit cautious, not wanting him to really just go to his unblockable state, because there'll be no way to get it off. And, could I have used somebody else here? Yes. Once again, just really trying to see if Weapon X would be a champion that I could really use there. I mistimed the dex on the special one. But you know what? The fight's going well enough. Even screwing up as much as I have, even not using Weapon X really the way he should be used, he's working well enough on this node. I'm preventing all the debuffs from, typically when you attack in the leader that you would get. I am getting power stings on me, but, that's just, not the worst thing in the world. There, we take most of that in a block. Not a big deal, and we're going to finish him off. Not clean, but once again, I did finish the fight with full attack bonus. All right, time for the minis. First fight up is going to be this Bullseye. I'm going to be using Weapon X. We did drop some heals on him. Not a big deal. Here, we're just debating on what we're going to do, if we're going to start with any 3-minute boosts. I kind of decide against it, just refreshing my mind on the nodes, trying to get myself psyched up. I don't like fighting Bullseye. Weapon X is a good counterform if you can stay aggressive. And that's going to be the key part to it. Here, fight starts off just fine. I know how to fight, Bullseye. Not my favorite fight. I am trying to keep my distance a little bit to keep the regen down just slightly. Here, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to, bait his special, and I keep getting hit. And, we're in a little trouble here right off the start. There, we throw our special. Now we can heal up some. Now, if we can stay aggressive, we can get that healing and heal back up. There's my first mistake. I should have, well, not my first, but one of my bigger mistakes. I should have taken that special one into the face and not in a block. And there we get rooted. Now, once again, should have taken that into my face instead of trying to block it. And, well, just did not work out for me, and I die a horrible death. And something happened to the rest of the recording of that fight, and it's lost. I did get him down, but, that first fight was just absolutely terrible. So, like I said, unfortunately, I did lose the rest of the recording. I think what happened was I was trying to clip part of it to ask the Alliance about it, and somehow I deleted the full thing and just had that one fight. So, anyway, next fight up is this Korg, which goes much better. Here you can see we're trying to fight around the Mixmaster, which is not a big deal. Negasonic is great for Korg. Here, what you can see is I'm using light, medium combos. we drop a special 2, we bait his special 2, we can go back in with a medium, light, medium, into a striker, into another medium, light, medium, into a special 1, and Korg has melted. Nothing like taking a rank 3 Korg in, about 30 seconds. Alright, and our last fight up is against a Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and I'm going to be using Little Scorpion here. Pretty good for this node. Can be both poison and rupture immune, so we're going into shock so that we have both of those, and then all we have is really a Negasonic that is stun immune. And in fighting Negasonic, what you just have to do is make sure you're knocking her down fairly regular. Her heavy is very easy to counter. There you go. We can see we get a knockdown. We get a nice little intercept there. Going to take some chip damage throughout during this fight, but it's going to be okay. Negasonic doesn't hit that hard, even when she hits you. The biggest thing you have to worry about is getting the incinerates on you, and well, we're going to be okay, except we get some incinerates on us. So here we're trying to think, well, what do we do now? Do we just kind of go with what we were going to do, which is special 1s? And I said, looking at those incinerates, looking at my health, as long as I don't get hit again, we're okay. Kind of stupid that I got hit on that special 1, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be close. We are racing to the finish. Probably, hindsight, should have gone a special 2 in there somewhere to heal up some. There, because the special 1, they refreshed. Now, I'm legitimately concerned. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what do I do here? There's another little combo in the block. It's close, it's a race, and my special 1 finishes that one off. A little bit too close for comfort there, but hey, we made it through, and we only dropped a fight to Bullseye, which, honestly, I'm not too upset over. And that's a wrap on War number 7. And like I said, I did drop the 1 fight to Bullseye, but overall, I'm pretty happy with how this team performed. Definitely a fun squad to bring into War. My mini account fights are up next, so stick around if you want to see more War action. If not, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, and feel free to drop me a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and take care all.